guys, welcome back to our channel.
Yep.
So we thought today let us tell you about how we got engaged.
Yeah.
Story, our favorite, another love story of ours. Um, okay, I want to tell you my version, how it happened in my eyes, and obviously how it happened in his eyes. In his eyes, when it comes to planning and behind the scenes, etc. Right?
Yeah.
Um, so it happened on the 28th of July, which was a Saturday. That 28th of July 2018. That week, I was on conference. Um, I was on media conference, and this guy, this guy told me, I think he told me before I left for conference, would listen, on Saturday I want to take you to some event called, um, what was it called?
Gentlemen and
Gentlemen and Roses. Gentlemen and Roses, right? He said it's some event and can I please be his date to the event? So I'm like, okay, cool. So it's like it's happening at Kyalami. And yeah, right? So I didn't even think like to Google the event and check was he okay, But he was like, no, it's fine. I'll take care of your hair, and your nails, right? Cool. So conference ended on Friday, right? And um, he said, I'll take care of your hair, clothing, and nails. The conference then ended on Friday, but it ended like midday, right? So I had like the rest of the day to get my stuff done because it was fetching me very early on Saturday, right? So I went to go get my nails done, went to go look for an outfit. So he had given me money for those stuff, right? Um, um, then what happened? So at least I didn't have to go do my hair. So I saved some time because he got me a weave, right? Or got me a weave, a wig, rather should I say? Hi. After that, um, okay, fine. Saturday comes. He tells me what time he's gonna fetch me, and that's done. He comes on Saturday. I think he's like 5 minutes late. Was it 5 or 10? He was a bit late. But yeah, I was already ready, and then we go. Like yeah, on the way, he's busy playing like our favorite songs, like um, Robbie, Robbie Malinga and Kelly Kumalo Subabili, New Edition, Can You Stand the Rain? Like a lot of our favorite songs, like he had an entire playlist. I'm like, kumnandi la, you know? First I say kumnandi la, and I'm like, hey baby, you miss me, ne? Like because I was gone for conference for the whole week. And then we go like to like the Western side, but we go like to kind of like a warehouse kind of place, yeah. So I'm like, hey, this is so weird, yeah. But so I didn't take like a lot of notice of that. I get fine. We get to like this big warehouse, and before we got to the big warehouse, the last song he played was Nicki Minaj and Drake, "Moment for Life." I think that's like our biggest favorite song, right? We get to the warehouse and he parks his car, right? And he's like, let's go. We go inside the warehouse. As they open the warehouse, there's like helicopters parked. So I'm like, what's going on here? And then he's like, no, the helicopter's gonna take us from here to Kyalami. Like, this is how they're gonna transport the guests. I'm like, this event, yeah, you know.
Number one.
So I'm like, eventually. I get fine. We chill a bit. He speaks to the people, Lapana, and I'm chilling and I'm waiting. And then he comes and he chills with me on the couch. I get fine. After that, um, they closed the warehouse, right? The big doors of the warehouse. And outside I can hear like a helicopter and it's landing, right? So I'm thinking, okay, this is our transport, obviously, fine. We go. Then as soon as it stops, then they open the warehouse again, and then they call us. We go inside the helicopter, and I'm just like, yo, it's a great experience. Start obviously selfies, you know. You're fine. The pilot is very nice, having a chat to us on the way. We're looking over Johannesburg. It's a great view, a great scene. Listen here, um, it was amazing, right? So, siyahamba. Next thing, the pilot is like to me, "What's that sign on the floor?" You know.
What's
So
written there? What is that?
yeah, so we're like in the air, obviously. He's like, "What's that sign on the floor?" I'm like, "What sign?" He's like, "What's that sign on the floor?" I keep looking, I can't see it. Eventually, I see it. And the sign is written, "Caesar, will you marry me? Will you marry me, Caesar?" Yes. Will you marry me, Caesar? Right? It literally stopped. It stopped, but it didn't stop long enough for me to die. Like, my heart stopped, and I started getting so hot. Yes, like, I feel like I'm actually reliving the moment. I look at him, he's not looking at me. I'm trying to look at him, he's not looking at me. Like, he's literally looking outside the window. I'm like, is this guy literally gonna do this to me? So he says nothing. And the pilot's like, "Are you okay?" Because like really, I'm heating up now. When I get out of this thing, I'm like, "Oh my word!" It's like, "Are you okay?" The pilot starts laughing. He's like, "Wow, wow, wow, wow." I'm like, "What in the world is going on?" I start crying. I start crying. Oh my word! Oh my word! Oh my word! Right? Eventually, we land. As we land, there's a photographer. He's taking pictures of us. Click, 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 click. I'm like, what in the world is going on? Like, I'm so confused. Obviously, I saw the sign, but Umzandile is not saying anything to me. He's he's literally avoiding all sorts of eye contact with me. I'm like, this guy is literally gonna kill me, right? I get fired. He's like, takes my hand. He's like, "Let's go," right? The photographer is taking pictures of us, taking pictures of us, taking pictures. Right? Eventually, we walk inside the venue. We were at Klufzucht Lodge and Spa in Maldersdrift. We walk inside the venue. When we walk inside the venue, we get welcomed by some woman, and then she just welcomes us, and then Uzwandi carries on holding my hand. He's like, "Let's go through." As we're going through, then we're walking like on some like a bit of a hillside nyana, right? He's walking and he's speaking to me, but I can't really hear what he's saying because obviously I'm just like, what just happened? He's not saying anything. I'm just like, what in the world is going on? Then eventually we're walking on some hillside. He's speaking to me, obviously sweet nothings, what, and then we stand, and then he tells me how much he loves me and the whole speech, whatever. Then he goes down on one knee. And he goes down on one knee, and obviously I start crying, and then obviously, but I noticed later that um, when I looked to my left, the photographer was also there. So then when I looked like over by the hillside, that's where the sign was placed. So we were like on top of the sign, and the photographer was taking a a picture of all of this, right? So I started crying. Obviously, I said yes. Then after that, he took my hand and we went to have a picnic, right? Excuse me, a picnic. We had lunch. Obviously, I really couldn't eat anything after what has happened in my life. I'm just thinking, oh my word, oh my word, oh my word. We had lunch. Well, he ate something, but I really couldn't get anything down my throat. Then after that, we chilled a bit, and the photographer came and took pictures of us during our um, picnic. Then when we done, he called us and we had a photo shoot for like the whole day of how we looked and different poses for just engaged couple. And yeah, guys. So basically, then no, okay, didn't end there. Then you took me to some boutique hotel. Oh no, actually. Then obviously when we were done, the helicopter came and picked us up again. And then the pilot asked me, "Are you feeling much better? Whatever. What was your answer?" I'm like, "Yes, of course." This nigga asking me what was my answer. How? Then he took us back to the warehouse and we got his car. And then he took me to some boutique hotel. When we got there were flowers and balloons everywhere, and there were gifts. He got me gifts. He got me like perfumes and stuff. Like it was really beautifully arranged. Yeah, and then that's where we spent the night. And yeah, there was champagne and all of that. Um, and that's how my fairy tale happened. I think that was like really one of the. He does a lot of romantic stuff for me, but I think for me, that was one of the most romantic things he's ever done for me. And yeah, guys, that's how I got engaged on the 28th of July 2018. And I'm so thankful that it wasn't that cold, guys, but I mean, I'm a summer baby, so um, I struggle to dress for winter. I struggle to look nice in winter, but I think I pulled it off. And that's how I got engaged, guys. Yeah, so let's hear your version.
It's a beautiful story. It's a really, really beautiful story.
It is.
So, yeah, guys, so how we got engaged, well, she pretty much told the whole story. And prior to that, like, guys, I was really struggling. Like, I had so many ideas, like different ideas of how to, like, really propose and stuff. Like, I was really, really struggling. But I was like, okay, like, being putting on my mind mapping it, okay, this one, writing the pros and cons of this one, pros and cons of that one, incorporating her taste, the style, like the person she is, pretty much. And it wasn't easy, but yeah, like she said, I told Aveli that there's this event I want us to go to. Actually, it wasn't like an event. I told her that it's something my boys and I are doing. So it's something my boys and I are doing, like just as gentlemen and roses. So we just meet up as a machita, bring our ladies there, like have like a chilled vibe, enjoy lunch, brunch, nyana type of thing. And yeah, but you obviously need to look classy, look proper and stuff like that. So yeah, so I told her that.
She said, really?
Yeah. So even if you tried to Google it, you weren't gonna find. Yeah, you weren't gonna find. So it's something it was set up in a way that it's something we call it. So it was going to be something we call it.
Oh, I think, well, I was with me to take event, but I think obviously because I was at conference, I really didn't have time to focus on that. I was like, I'll see it later. So when I later can I focus on conference, then I'll deal with this later. And I'll ask him when I see him, but what event is
Yes,
exactly? Yeah.
So yeah, so that's what happened. Then okay, I got her. I was like, no, babe, I'll take care of everything, whatever. And I also knew that she was gonna stress and panic. She has a conference. She's gonna tell me she doesn't have enough time to do this and that. So it's like a lot of things are already taken care of. You just need to go there, do this and whatnot. So she did all of that, and I was doing obviously the planning. But Nakwana, when I gave her the date, everything was already set up by then. By the time I told her when it is, everything had been planned and everything had been like done and whatnot. So I had to get the banner. I had to get obviously do the whole setup with Klofzig, the helicopter. Like I had to, like it was, phew, like it wasn't really that, it wasn't easy. But in terms of time-wise, juggling this and that work as well. But yeah, and I think one of the challenges I also encountered is that her and I, obviously, like there's that freedom, transparency. She's always using my phone. Sometimes I use her phone and whatnot. So I was really worried about she's gonna bump into these things, obviously, because I can't really hide them. So I was like, hey, like lazong shubel. But I eventually, luckily she didn't. Like all the calls I received from the people that were helping me plan all of this, when they were giving me updates on how far this is and all of that. Luckily, they called me when she wasn't around, so I couldn't confirm anything or like be forced to reply or respond to these people while she's there, or be forced to ignore my calls. She's gonna be like, "How? Why aren't you answering your phone if I decide to ignore these calls?" And yeah, so side note, that's the only time you should hide stuff from your partner, when you're trying to surprise her and do something special for her or romantic or whatever. But other than that, you guys must always be transparent with your partners. But anyway, so yeah, that's what pretty much happened. Got that sorted, helicopter, the banner, will you marry me, and all those things. And yeah, then obviously came through, picked her up. I was quite late. Like, and the thing, some of the things had to be done on the day because I also had to get her balloons as well, like helium balloons. Had to get her balloons. Like, guys, those balloons, like they kept on popping. You had to go back, get others, fill them up. Pella, once you leave the store, it's none of their business what happens with the balloons if they pop or whatever. So I had to go back, fill them up again. Like it was really a mission. Like that day in J was, it was really hectic, really really hectic. But yeah, it was all worth it. It's for you, of course, so it was definitely worth it. But had to do that. Uh, Fresh flowers as well. Like everything. That's the thing. As much as I planned all of this way before, but a lot of things had to be done on the day so that they like look crisp and everything is like perfect. So yeah, then we left, picked her up. So on the way, like busy rocking our jams and stuff. Like she's there on some like, what's happening here? Like, oh, this song, oh, this Ah Baby Our song, and but I set up the whole playlist that was gonna last us really the whole journey, like incorporating all our songs. And yeah, got there, spoke to the people. We got there to this, what she calls a warehouse. Told good night, baby, relax. This is how we're rolling. You know, vele Tina, yabo, mina nezinja zami. Si classy. So, but yeah, got there, helicopter, then we take the ride, go to the place. She sees the banner. Hey, like she almost
So
passed
why
out.
were you like ignoring me? Why weren't you looking at me?
Cause I wanted to like keep that suspense, but at the same time I wanted us to actually get there and walk you to the actual banner so I can get the actual answer there and your complete reaction from there. And I wanted it to be captured. So got the cameraman like busy taking pictures along the way. Initially she didn't see Rambonang cameraman, like she didn't see the cameraman, but he was like hidden, busy taking pictures, followed us, took more pictures along the way, got to the banner. So she also didn't really see the banner properly because it was, the dam was on this side, then there was like a smaller yana part there, then the banner was set on this side. So as it
It
was
was
set on,
slanting on the
yeah,
hill.
on the actual slope.
Mm.
So when we placed it there, obviously was for you not, obviously you were going to see it, but it was supposed to be part of a background, but the main focus was supposed to be your reaction and all of that. So even that was debated, like when we went there, because the planning, we had to keep on going there. Because as much as you can plan this thing on paper and in your head, okay, it's going to look like this, going to look like this. But when you incorporate all the people that are going to help you plan and set up, they actually have to see how it's going to look. The cameraman wanted to know the times and stuff like that for the lighting and all of that. So yeah, so but that's how it happened. And got down on one knee, like the way she cried, like I was getting worried. We think like, okay, like njengoba ukhala manje, stop and then senza focus on your tears and whatnot, or should I carry on? But like she was crying, and I'm sure she
Yeah,
didn't.
I cried like really badly. In the helicopter mid-air, I was like, I had like minor tears. When he said everything, obviously, and popped the question, like I cried. Ngathi kubuhlungu. Like I cried. Ngizingaba nesibibithwane, you know when you like I cried really badly, shame, like so. Probably thought it was gonna be a no.
Well, well, well. But yeah, man. But like she was really crying. I'm sure she didn't even hear what I was saying. Well, as we were walking,
No, I
I
don't
think
remember
she
what
was,
you said, Chim.
yeah, like I was busy saying all these things.
Uh-uh.
And the thing is, I think there was a time when she said yes before, like I asked the actual question. Because when I got down on one knee, I added a few more words in Yana. But she had already said yes, yes. Like she was busy crying, but she had already said yes. I was like, girl, I didn't even say, will you marry me? Like as yet. But eventually I did say, will you marry me? Then,
No, but I didn't do that. I said it at the end only.
no, baby, you what? Like when I got down on one knee, you were crying. You started crying like really
I
badly.
wasn't saying
Then,
yes to the question. I was acknowledging what you're doing.
so sayara. But no, okay, that's what I heard. Like while you were busy crying, you were busy, yeah, and yeses
I
and
was saying
whatnot.
yes. Keep it going. Get to the final thing.
But yeah, eventually then I said, will you marry me? Then she said, yeah, without a doubt. And we're here today. Then took her, had our picnic, romantic picnic, got more pictures, had a shoot.
Shame, and the picnic, guys, it was so pretty. Like the food, oh gosh, there were different cheeses, there were different hams, there were, um, what is it, macaroons, um, there were ribs, there were wings, there were samosas, there were
That's
sliders,
everything.
there were so many things, guys. I didn't even eat anything, but the food, it looked stunning. So.
Yeah. But that's how it went down. It was kind of like summarized, but behind the scenes, like guys, it wasn't easy. I'm up and down having to get like supplies for
Can
certain things
imagine.
and whatnot. Yeah, it wasn't easy, but yeah, man. After all that planning and deciding, I think it was quite difficult to decide what am I. And funny enough, guys, I think another thing around that time we kept on seeing so many proposals like on like social media. My girl was like, baby, look at this proposal, and I'm like, ish, like why I don't want that like vibe to be imposed on me because it's gonna feel like now I'm doing something that you showed me or whatever. So I wanted it to be pure and not kuba ngathi ungithipile ukuthi babe, I want this for my I
No,
want
but
you.
I was just showing you, like, this is so sweet.
Yes, I know you were showing me in that
It's like
way.
when we sharing memes and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, but I didn't want that element. Oh, I remember I actually showed him this. Oh, that's why he did it. I didn't want it to be that way. I wanted it to be like completely pure. You having no idea where it came from, and. But yeah, that's how it happened, and yeah, guys, I think that's one of the most romantic things I've ever done for her. Yeah, and I've actually always been like, I used to hate that question. What's the most romantic thing you've done for your girlfriend? And I'm like, have to think. But I think that was one of the most
Now you
romantic
have
things.
it at
Yes,
the
like,
top of your head.
yeah, like now I'm confident. If a person were to ask me that, like, I'd be confident enough to answer that question.
So
But
yeah,
yeah, guys,
guys,
that's how it happened.
that's how we got engaged, 28th of July, 2018. Will always be a special date in my life.
Yeah, I think that was the best yes I've ever received in my life.
2018 was a good year. It was a good year for us.
And was.
So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. We really, really hope you enjoyed this video.
Yeah.
And for all our followers who are engaged or married, let us know,
How
whether
it
our
went down.
subscribers or yeah, let us know how you got engaged. Let us know how it happened with you. For the ones that aren't engaged, or married, let us know how you would like yours to go. Obviously, it never happens the way that you want it to go because it's your partner's choice. He decide how he wants
Wants to
to to do it. But if you could choose, how would you want yours to go?
Yeah.
Yeah, guys,
Thank you
engage with
for
us. Thank you so much for watching.
excuse the pun, but yeah.
Oh, engage with us.
But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and
And
subscribe.
subscribe. Turn on your notification bell, please. And we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah. Cheers, guys.